Party people in the place to be. What up? Shaboing, boing, boing. All right, Rob. I'm gonna stop turning on that do not disturb because really, we're probably gonna be disturbed. Even when it's on, it don't work. It really don't work, even when it's on. See, this is why I come in here and wipe down the table. Look at that. The fuck? What kind of booty scratching?
Black man. So let Travis know he's under attack. Cyber attack, racist attack, fascist attack, but he's under attack. And they doing something to disrupt his radio station so they won't get the truth out to us.
Hey, it's Travis. We appreciate all that love, let me tell you, because we may very well be under attack on all sides. Just because you don't believe in conspiracy theories don't mean they ain't after you. But in reality, sometimes stuff happens with the signal from the studio to the tower, which sends our programming to your car, home, office, or your transistor radio. But when you download the KBLA 1580 app, the sound
Hey, what up, everybody?
all day, all night.
Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Why don't I send this to me right now?
I'm Travis Smiley, and I approve this message.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
To the one who can do and undo.
let's talk about intimacy avoidance. Intimacy is a pretty tricky word. Most people take it right to sex. Now, sex and sexual activity is actually a pretty small piece, pretty small slice of the intimacy pie. Now, when we look at a framework, such as the one offered by the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or the DSM, and how that book views personality functioning, the authors there refer to intimacy as the ability and the desire to establish and maintain enduring and satisfying relationships in a variety of areas. And these can be close romantic relationships, friendships, collegial relationships, but close relationships. But the ability to maintain that closeness over time and to maintain these as relationships with depth is the core of intimacy. Now, in the new way, the new sort of formulation, they're thinking about personality disorders in the DSM-5, narcissistic personality, and other sorts of related personality disorders that are also characterized by patterns of conflict, antagonism, and dysregulation are all believed to be disorders of intimacy. In patterns such as narcissism and narcissistic personality, intimacy can be hampered because relationships for narcissistic individuals are very superficial. And even when there is an interest in forming close relationships, there is a limited capacity to maintain these relationships for the long term, or there is the anticipation that, forget putting any effort in, the relationship's probably just going to go badly. Intimacy is often viewed through a prism of contempt by people with narcissistic and related personality styles. In some ways, there is a deeply seated, almost unconscious belief that relationships are harmful. And in this way, the challenges with attachment that so many narcissists have, I'd say all narcissists have, mean that they really don't see any value, or more importantly, they actually don't see any safety in relationships. So intimacy...
Yeah, the voice of reason. We about to get up in it once again. I know you probably never heard anybody say intimacy disorder. And I'm pretty sure you never heard that. Intimacy disorder. What? Yeah. Yeah. And you heard her referencing, of course, narcissism. But then she said, and the related personalities. Right? We're not talking about narcissism tonight. We're talking about the related personalities. Narcissism's cousins. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Narcissism has cousins. And of course, you know, dark triad, sociopath, psychopath, narcissism, right? Those three. And then you have your insecure attachment styles that, for the lay person, oftentimes, you know, it's indistinguishable. Yeah. Uh-huh. Do you know why? This is why it's so difficult for people in breakups. Myself included. Used to be very difficult. Myself included. I do not leave myself out of this. But I've had so many conversations with so many couples, so many single folk, so many married folk that I've coached over the years. And it's like, oh my God, I wasted my time. They wasted my time. I can't get that time back. It was wasted. Right? So tonight's topic, a good one. Time versus attachment. Don't waste my time. or my insecure attachment style. Remember, I told you guys, it's not framed this way, right? In any psychological work. You won't see it in the DSM, you won't see it there. But codependence needs supply too. People who have insecure attachment styles have attachment wounds associated with those styles. And where there is a wound, an unhealed wound, there is an appetite. Huh? Your wound is hungry. So, is it the time you wasted or the thought that your wound was going to be fed? And probably was getting fed. And then the supply was cut off. Ooh, time versus attachment. Don't waste my time or my insecure attachment style. The impact of wasted time and insecure attachment styles on relationship. This topic is going to delve into the emotional repercussions of wasted time and failed intimacy on individuals with insecure attachment styles, which carry a heavier emotional burden. The loss of time, or which carries a heavier emotional burden. The loss of time or the loss of an attachment. 1-800-920-1580. What is the true nature of attachment in relationships? How does our attachment style distort the boundary between authentic love and a need for emotional security? Please understand, a need for emotional security is a type of supply. This is where psychology fails us a little bit, because psychology, also, although the word means the study of the soul, the Western mind has a scientific mind, and the scientific mind is governed by the scientific model. The research and the theories that we have to be, I guess, rooted or grounded in something tangible, and the results have to be replicable. But in spirit, that's not true. Right? What is the true nature of attachment in relationship? How does our attachment style distort the boundary between authentic love and a need for emotional security? Emotional security, in the spiritual sense, the need of it is a type of supply. See, in modern day psychology, we'll say, oh, it's normal to want emotional security, right? But in the spiritual context, how can something that is the is, or as Krishnamurti called it, suchness, right? You are the is. What do you mean, Zoe? This is broken English. No, you are the is. What is the is? God. God never stops being you, and you never stop being God. The only time that happens is when you think you, as the personality, are alone. Uh-oh, I don't want to get too deep. Do you see? Emotional security in the spiritual context says you are emotionally insecure, and so you seek it. And unfortunately, for most of us, we seek emotional security in another work in progress, egoically speaking. They're a work in progress because they don't know that there's suchness too. There is too, right? Do you understand? Is wasted time in a relationship a reflection of personal failure? Whew. How does the concept of time relate to the feelings, particularly for those with insecure attachment styles? Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting stuff. How does the fear of wasted time affect relationship? I know this hurt. Choices. How does the fear of wasted time affect relationship choices? Are individuals Individuals with anxious or avoidant attachment styles more likely to rush or avoid commitment due to their perception of time as limited, non recoverable. In what ways does time intensify insecure attachment patterns? Does the fear of losing time amplify clinginess or avoidance in those with insecure attachment styles, further destabilizing intimacy? Gosh, you've heard people say it all the time. You wasted my time. You wasted my time. Oh my God, I can't believe I spent 5 years in this mess with you. When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to delve even deeper. Don't get it twisted. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Because if you guys can see me, I won't end this video. If you can't see me, I will end it and start it again. I knew somebody was going to call as soon as the show came on. And somebody has the nerve to come in here and say crap to me like, Zoe, you starting it over on purpose. Like, who want? I don't want to start it over. So I'm encouraging everybody, wait for my next stream. It's about to come up. Follow me. Follow me, all right?